Come on in, come on in, come on in. Come on in, come on in. I'm going to give people time to get on. I'm going to give people time to get on. Come on in the room. Come on in the room. Hello, everyone. Happy Tuesday. Happy Tuesday. Come on in the room. Happy Tuesday to everyone. All right, so I'm going to give people some time to get on. Welcome, welcome, welcome. If you're tuning in from TikTok, welcome. If you're tuning in from Facebook or watching the replay, welcome. If you're tuning in from YouTube, welcome, welcome, welcome. Hey, James, how you doing? Hey, God's child, how you doing? How you doing? We're going to talk about a few things on today, and I hope you all are excited. Somebody say, I'm excited. And I hope you really are excited because I'm excited for you. Go ahead. Let me know where you're tuning in. Let me know where you're tuning in. Let me know where you are tuning in. All right. So I'm super excited. I hope you are excited too. We're going to go over a few things that I believe is going to help you. If you're tuning in from Facebook, go ahead and share the broadcast to your timeline and tag 4 amazing people. If you're tuning in from YouTube, go ahead and go into your contacts and share this with 4 of your amazing friends. And if you're tuning in from TikTok, go ahead and share this broadcast with 15 people. And let's get the hearts to 1,000. All right. So we're going to go ahead and dive in, y'all. There are a few things that we're going to talk about. I started this morning and we were talking about consistency. We were talking about consistency. And yesterday we were able to talk about faith. All right. We were able to talk about faith. So we're going to continue that process right now because it's so easy to say, I trust God. It's so easy to say, I'm going to walk by faith and not by sight. And pretty much like I said on yesterday when I was live. And if you haven't watched that live, go to my Facebook. Hey, Tiff, how you doing? Go to my Facebook and you can watch the replay. But, we know that the scripture says, walk by faith and not by sight. We know this, y'all. We know this. But I also want you to know it is important to walk by faith and not by fear. Walk by faith and not by fear. All right? Thank y'all so much for sharing. Thank you for tuning in. And I hope you all are excited. We're getting ready to dive in. Make sure you have something that you can take notes with as well. Hold on one second. All right, so we're going to talk about consistency. How many of you battle with inconsistency? Let's be real. Can we have some transparent moments right quick? Let's be honest. How many, right? Raise your hands in the chat. If you battle with inconsistency, like you have the gift, right? God has spoken to you. God has told you certain things, right? Right? Okay, Tiff, thank you for being honest. She said me. I know that's right. Thank you so much for being honest because honesty is key. The truth will set you free. And there's some things that you want to be set free from. There's some things that you're trying to fulfill in this place we call the world, right? And so what I want you to understand right now is I'm getting ready to touch some stuff for you, okay? I'm getting ready to really dive into some things. But what I'm getting ready to dive in is designed to help you. Are y'all ready to get some help? Are you ready? Hey, Jersey one. Are you ready to get some help? So this morning, I was able to hit consistency is an act of faith, not a feeling. So I'm going to elaborate on that just a little, okay? Just a little. Hey, Jamila. I'm going to add on that just a little, okay? Because I've already done it, but just a little. Hey, Jamila, do not be moved by your emotions. What am I saying? You can get up this morning you got up and you wanted to get up. You wanted to get up. But there are going to be mornings where you do not feel like getting up. Your feelings will lie to you. Your feelings will tell you not today. But I want you to understand, if you make a commitment to yourself, like if you made a commitment that for 30 days, for 90 days, you're going to get up at 5 o'clock in the morning, you make that commitment. But you got to have the mindset one day at a time, right? One day at a time. Because if you got that mindset one day at a time, a lot of times what mess us up, we tend to go to the future too fast. Hey, Tamara, we tend to go to the future too fast. And women, if you've been in relationships, we do that in relationships. If we're honest, we tend to fall in love with a whole image we done put in our mind. And guess what? That ain't what's in front of us, right? So I want you to understand that it's the same thing when it comes to your gifts, when it comes to the visions that God is giving you. There's going to be a level of discipline that is required. But what is hard is for people to be consistent, because when it comes to birthing and when it comes to you wanting to bring something to reality in the earth, we tend to get very impatient. And because we tend to get impatient, we lack consistency. All right. We lack consistency, but you have to make up in your mind. See, one of my favorite scriptures, be ye transformed by the renewing of the mind. That is not just in your personal life. That is also, hey, Dr. Regina, that is also in your business, in your ministry, in your organization, whatever it is you're trying to do, you got to understand that your mind needs to be renewed. So when you're trying to go to the next level, it's going to require you to reject who you became so that you can become. Y'all get ready for my book release, Reject Who You Became So You Can Become. So I want you to understand that there's some things that were imparted in you during childhood, imparted in you while you were in the proximity of other environments before you matured, before you realized what you wanted in life. They were imparted into you, and it was imparted into your subconscious mind. All right. And so we got to understand that you operate off of your subconscious mind 95% of the day. Only 5% is your conscious mind. Your conscious mind is the part of the mind that you are aware of. Your subconscious mind is the part that you're not aware of. So what does that mean? That means that guess what? You're going to have to get uncomfortable when you're trying to get promoted. When you're trying to go to the next level, you're going to have to get uncomfortable. That's why, hey, Michael, that's why consistency is vital. Through the act of consistency, you're going to learn who you need to become in order to receive what it is you're trying to receive. Am I helping y'all already? I'm trying to. Now, that's what I went over this morning, so I want to elaborate on that, because today you want to do it. Tomorrow, you're tired. You got to reject that tiredness and do it anyway. Today, you got all the confidence in the world. Tomorrow, fear tells you you can't do it. You got to reject that fear, because fear is not going to do anything but create a false illusion in your mind and have you go to a place that does not exist. And that place is called the future. The only thing that exists is right now. And so if you are saying, Rita, right now that you want to go to a certain place in your business, go to a certain place in your life, guess what you got to do? You're going to have to go on the battlefield. And this is the part people don't want to talk about. But guess what? The minute you make up in your mind that you want to level up and elevate, what you're saying is you're ready to go into battle against your current self, because who you are currently is the reason why you are currently where you are. And if you want to change that, Kimberly, you got to actually change who you currently are. That is going to be very uncomfortable. And you're getting ready to go into intense warfare. You know, a lot of people talk about warfare, but they be talking about warfare on a whole nother level. But the truth of the matter is, the biggest warfare that you'll ever have to go through in life is with yourself. It's with yourself, defeating yourself. Yeah, peeling off those layers. Because I want to break something down to you. is that a lot of people think God just gonna zap them, boop, and there it is. No, we serve a God that do things in decency and in order, and until you are in alignment, you can't even experience the suddenly of God. That's why a lot of people can quote the scripture, but they can't testify the scripture because they're not willing to get in alignment. So you got to make sure that you say to yourself, Zariah, that you want to get in alignment. That's right, Jamila. Fear is false evidence appearing what? Real, but it ain't. Okay? So guess what? You got to move by faith and not by fear, because fear is set up to sabotage you. I said this yesterday. I want you to do an evaluation on fear. Every time fear came into your life, what did it do for you? Or what did it hinder you from receiving? Right? And when you do that evaluation and realize that fear didn't do anything for you, now you got to change your movement. You can't keep doing the same thing over and over and over again, right, Brian? You can't keep doing the same thing over and over again and expecting something, what? Different. So you got to do something different. You got to move differently. And it's easy for fear to come. Trust me. Fear is intelligent, okay? Continue. Fear is intelligent. It ain't dumb. Fear ain't dumb at all. But the thing I want you to understand is just because somebody is successful does not mean that they're not afraid. The difference is somebody decided to go against their own emotions. Hey, Alicia, go against their own emotions. Somebody decided to go against fear and do it anyway. Do it anyway. You're not going to meet anybody that's successful, anybody that's living a life that God said they can have, and they tell you they were not afraid. No, they realized that fear was a signal to keep going. I learned that a long time ago. Fear is a signal to go forward. It really is. And the truth of the matter is, it's really not fear, y'all. It's really anxiety. Anxiety is what actually creates an illusion and paints a false picture. But the reason I'm using fear is because people use fear, that terminology. But fear is actually a whole different level. It's a whole nother thing, okay? But we're going to use that for the sake of people because that's the term that we're used to using. But the correct term is actually anxiety, y'all. A lot of us have anxiety when it's time to do certain things, but you can't allow anxiety to move. So I want you to say to yourself, in this season, I'm not about to allow, come on, I'm not about to allow it, fear to win in this season. I'll see if I can make it, Prophetess Lee. I have a session tonight as well, but I'll see. So we got that right. Now, number 2, small, faithful steps compound over time. So a lot of you, you're trying to move big, right? When you're trying to, thank you, I'll follow you back. You're trying to be perfect. No. A lot of you haven't gone forward because you want to be perfect before you start. I've been there. I can relate to that. My mother used to always tell me, girl, you want everything to be perfect that you're missing your opportunity. It wasn't until I made up in my mind that I was going to do it and I was willing to make the mistakes that were necessary, that I began to grow, that I began to evolve, and doors begin to open for me. A lot of us, we don't like making mistakes. We want to know what's next. We want to know all of that. I'm telling you right now, the best thing that you could do for you, if God is giving you a skill set, he's giving you a gift, allow him to order your footsteps and run the plays. Run the plays. Do not be afraid to stumble. Do not be afraid to stumble because that's going to be your growing point. There is no CEO. I don't care if they are CEO of a Fortune 500 company. No one is perfect and mistakes are always made. But the thing is, the person that's willing to do it anyway, trust God through the process and allow their gifts to make room for them, they will change their life. If you are coachable, you will change your life. Your life will change suddenly. It will change suddenly, but you have to shift your mindset. How many of you are ready for your life to change? How many of you? How many of you are ready for your life to change? What's going to cause you to testify is how consistent you are. What's going to cause you to testify is how consistent you are. I'm trying to help y'all. When you are consistent, consistency brings divine revelation. Yeah, if you're inconsistent, you'll receive revelation that's not true. Okay? When you are consistent, you get to see things for what they are. This is when you get the chance to see yourself. I really need help in this particular area of my life because I decided to be consistent and I began to really see my flaws. I begin to really see where I need help. Okay? So I want you to understand that consistency is key, and that's the key to mastery. Mastery produces fortune. Okay? I say this all the time. Jack of all trades, that's a dangerous game because many of us have several gifts. But the problem with being a jack of all trades, our focus point is off. There's no way to focus on multiple things and master them. You have to focus on one thing, master it, and allow it to produce a fortune, and then go to the next thing. I always say this, when my dad was running the businesses that he had, he started with one. He started with one business, and that one business was his passion, which is sound and production, DJing, right? He started with that, and once that grew, he planted another business. And once that business planted, he hired people. Once he hired people, he opened another one. So by the time I was 15, he had established businesses with employees. And I call him lazy because I never saw him work. But he did one at a time. So many people want things done fast that you try to do everything at one time that you never master it to actually gain the fortune behind it. You want to gain a fortune behind what you do, you master it. And if you want to master it, you have to be consistent. Consistent. You have to get up when you don't feel like it. You have to do it anyway. And I'm going to be honest. I tend to tell my clients this, future clients this. I started my prayer call. January was 4 years. So a little over 4 years now. 365 days of prayer. Every single day, 7:15 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Hey, LaTanya, didn't miss a beat. Haven't missed a beat. All glory to God, right? When I first started that, I wasn't a morning person. So what I did was I would put my cell phone in my bathroom or my kitchen so that when my alarm went off, I would have to get up to go get it because God gave me instructions and I followed it. Now, I did not know that was going to shift the trajectory of my entire life. God used prayer to get me on the path of being consistent in the way that I needed to be. That when the following year came, I let go of seafood. All right. Seafood is my favorite food. And I let it go. Right. I made up in my mind January of that year, I was no longer going to eat seafood because we were in the scripture and it was talking about the different foods you can and cannot eat and the causes of them. So I was like, are you for real? Be for real, right? So I said, I'm going to let go of the hardest food for me, which was seafood. So I let it go. I did not know that the following year, I would give up meat altogether. And July will be 2 years for me, no meat. But it was my prayer call that taught me how to be consistent with the thing. I want you to understand something. And my health is great. My son literally is defeated autism, really, because it ain't even on his record anymore because of letting go of meat. All of these things were in alignment with things that I had asked God for. I'm a person, I have bold faith. So I'm boldly telling people my son is going to defeat autism, right? Regardless of what people are saying, my son going to defeat autism. And then I get on this path of no meat. I put my sons on 85% no meat. And it's like autism, the spectrum just started to fall off of my son. And now my son is in regular classes. Autism is not on his record and he's not diagnosed. There are some things that you've been praying for. There are some things that you've been asking God for. And guess what, Kanisha? There's some things that you got to do to get it. And sometimes those things ain't got nothing to do with your next level. But it's the thing that's going to get you to become the person necessary for your next level. Because the thing I want you to understand, Kanisha, your next level is closer than you think it is, Jamila. Your next level, Tamara, is closer than you think it is. I'm trying to help y'all. It's closer than you think. But there are some things that you got to do. Hey, Jasmine, you ready for June 5th at 6? You get what I'm saying? It's closer than you think. But there's some layers that need to be shed off of you. And once those layers are shed off of you, you're going to be like, man, I should have been did this. You telling me this is why it hasn't happened for me yet? Yeah, I am. Because you already got the skill set. You already got the gift. It's the other stuff that you got to work on. It's the other stuff that you got to let happen in your life. And it's going to change for you. I'm telling you. I know that's right, Jasmine. Number 4, fear will always give you a reason to stop. Woo! Faith gives you a reason to keep going. Fear will always give you a reason to stop. Man, fear, the word, listen, some of you need to make sure whoever's in your circle, they are faith-driven people. Because fear is so loud. And sometimes fear will become louder than faith. You want to believe, JoJo. You want to believe that God is ordering your footsteps. But when fear comes in the room, it comes in the room with a loud noise. Especially when things are not going the way you want them to go. Especially when things become rocky in your life. I'm trying to help y'all. Pretty girl London, how you doing? I'm trying to help y'all. Fear becomes very loud. And fear will then, if it can grab your attention, it will cause you to stop. It will cause you to stop when you were supposed to keep going. The door is right there. And see, fear knows that everything you see is in your mind, Ebony. And because fear knows that everything you see in your mind, all fear got to do is make you see something else in your mind. All fear got to do is tell you there is no way you're going to be able to do that, Brenda. But I want y'all to understand who's in your proximity matters. Who's in your circle matter. Because you need people that's going to tell you to get up when you want to sit down. You need people in your life that's going to hold you accountable for what you said you want to do for you. People like that, they care about you. People like that, they want to see you succeed. That's a different type of people. And a lot of times, people that are like that don't have people like that in their camp. They don't have people like that in their circle. And it can become very discouraging. But I want to encourage you right now that if you get in alignment and you become intentional about having people like that in your life, you will attract those people into your life, Jay. See, many of you know that God has shown you a better life for you. The problem, Lily, is you are afraid. You are afraid. When you should have made the phone call, you let fear stop you. When you should have went to the bank and just told them your credit is horrible, you're basically starting over from scratch. I just want to know how I'm about this house. You let fear stop you. You let shame stop you. You didn't want them to look at you any kind of way. But what you didn't know was it don't matter what your credit score is right now. It don't matter. If you go into that bank intentionally saying that I'm going to build a relationship with that branch manager, I'm going to tell them my situation, but I'm also going to tell them that I'm willing to transform so that I can buy the house. I just need your guidance. Your steps are then going to be ordered. You worried about whether or not they're going to judge you, look at you funny because of your age? No. You got to become intentional about what you want to do. You get what I'm saying? That's it. You got to move with intention. And so when you go to that bank and you got that fear on you, you say, you know what? I don't care how they're going to look at me. I'm going to do it anyway. Then guess what? Guess what happens then? Now you're in alignment and you might meet somebody like Jamila who can help you with your credit score. And you're like, wait a minute, where did this come from? Hold up, because now you're intentional and you're defeating fear. You might literally meet somebody. Like I'm telling you, you might say to yourself, I'm trying to make sure that my family is insured and all of that because I'm trying to get my ducks in a row and I want to do everything. And then you might run into her tomorrow and she's able to get you the life insurance that you need. And you know that you can trust her because God presented her to you. I'm trying to help y'all to show y'all what alignment looks like when it comes to promotions, because promotions are not just given on jobs. We serve a God that provides promotions every single day, but we have to be willing to stretch out our arms, stretch out our hands, and receive those promotions. SB, we got to be willing to do that. But it's going to cause us to go through a state of defeating fear by just doing it anyway. So I'm going to be consistent, Darren, not because I want to, but because I made up in my mind that I'm going to. I'm not going based off of my feeling. You might be saying to yourself, this is the year that I'm going to pay cash for a car. I got big faith, y'all. I got crazy faith. So my mindset is you can pay cash for a house. I don't care how much the house is. Because I know somebody that paid $1 million for a house and wrote the check. And prior to that, they won a millionaire. And then they blinked. And 2 years later, they were a multimillionaire. And they wrote the check. And God made sure I saw that to make sure to confirm to me that I'm not crazy. I just got big faith. And if God can do it for one, God can do it for another. But you got to be crazy enough to believe it. And if you're not crazy enough to believe it, guess what? God can't help you in that area. See, I'm crazy enough to believe that today I can be here financially, but tomorrow I can be exactly what's in my head. See, I'm crazy. I ain't say next week. I didn't say a year from now. I said tomorrow because I'm starting now. Every day is my starting point. The only day that matters is right now. And I give everything I got. Hey, I got breath. I want you to understand this. The day you got breath, because that is vital. Y'all keep putting stuff off and y'all keep saying, I'm going to do that with my children next month. Now do it with your children now. Because you don't know when you're going to take your last breath. You don't know. You don't know. I'm telling you. When my children's father passed away last year, if you would have told me that was going to happen, I would have told you, you lying. No. The man that I said my vows to, if you would have told me that was going to happen, I would have said no. No. We might be getting a divorce, but we're going to co-parent together. But that wasn't the case. God had another plan. But it was that made me realize I don't care what I got going on. If I give you 100%, my children get 100%. If I can spend time with my clients, I'm spending time with my children. Work will never be that important that I will put my children on the back burner, because none of us know when we are going to take our last breath. That vision that you're carrying, you keep putting it off, but you do not know when you're going to take your last breath. So the only moment that matters is right now. What are you going to do right now? And whatever you do right now is going to shift your life. And you got to understand that the minute you decided to get in alignment with what's inside of your head, you decided to tap into manifestation. You decided to say, I'm crazy enough to believe the vision that God has given me. And I'm crazy enough to do what I got to do right now to manifest it. And before you know it, Zaria, you're going to look up and you're going to be living in what's in your mind, because you did not let fear stop you. I'm trying to help some of y'all today. I really am. Because when I tell you your life is going to change suddenly when you get in alignment, Maya, It's going to change suddenly. But you got a decision to make. What decision are you going to make? Put in the chat what decision you're going to make. Huh? What decision are you going to make? What decision are you going to make? This on you. You need to go through a season of choosing you, Kanisha. It's easy to choose everybody else. It is. It's easy to pick everybody else. But you can't help people until you help yourself. So you got to learn how to help you consistently. Because you can think you helping somebody all day. You're going to help more people when you start helping you first. Number 5, God is faithful. So faithfulness is in your DNA. It's there. You just got to find it. Because if God didn't trust you with it, he would have never gave it to you. But God trusts you. And because he trusts you, run the play. Trust him enough that he trusted you enough. So stop doubting yourself. Stop doubting your capability. You got the gift for a reason. You got the vision for a reason. Flow in it. Embrace it. Don't sleep on it anymore. Stop sleeping on yourself. It's time that you live the life that God designed for you. No more struggle. No more lack. It's time. I'm telling y'all. Will it require some things from you? Yes. But will it be worth it? Yes. You have to make a decision. And when you make that decision, your life is going to change. So you all, I just wanted to get on here. I wanted to encourage y'all. I hope I was able to encourage you. If I did, heart it up, y'all. Heart it up. Hey, Erica. I am Coach Tamira Lachey with Increase Marketing and Consulting, where we bring business to reality through graphic design, brand strategy and development, business strategy and development, coaching and client representation. I'm also the founder and CEO of Increase Nation United, where we focus on transforming the lives of those raising tomorrow, providing an invitation to an abundant life. You all, tonight at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we have what is called Become a Great Steward Over Your Finances. How many of you are ready to become a great steward over your finances? If you're ready to become a great steward over your finances, just raise your hand in the chat. If you're ready to become a great steward over your finances, like you for real, you saying to yourself, you ready to stop playing, like you ready. You all, this class is only, if I'm not mistaken, $37. That's it, just $37. The reason it's $37 is because I believe in going in prayer about everything. And when it comes to this particular class, I know that a lot of people need it. And I can put a huge price on it. I could do that. But I'm trying to help as many people as I can become great stewards over your finances so that your life can change. Financially, your life can change when it comes to your peace, less stress, and all of those things. How do you register for the class? You can go to TamiraLachey.com. TamiraLachey.com. It's spelled exactly how it is in my profile, TamiraLachey.com. And you'll go to Become a Great Steward Over Your Finances. Click the link and go ahead and register. The class is tonight at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You all, this small investment, because that's exactly what it is. It's an investment. It's a small one, but it's going to help you. It's going to help you when it comes to your finances and becoming a great steward. Because a lot of people know about tithing, but they don't know about nothing else. And that's why you may hear some people say, I tithe, but I'm not seeing anything. Because tithing is only 10% of stewardship. It's not stewardship. So you can tithe and still not be a good steward over your finances. And so I want to help you by showing you how to become a great steward over your finances so that it can change the dynamics of your life, financially, and you can gain favor with abundance, because abundance has to be attracted to you. It's not something you chase. It's something that is drawn to you based off your attraction. And that level of attraction is actually determined by what you actually do on a day-to-day basis when it comes to your actual finances. So if you want to become a part of the class and be in that class tonight at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, all you got to do is go to TamiraLachey.com and go to become a great steward over your finances. If you're saying to yourself, you want to be healed from past trauma, relationship trauma, childhood trauma, you need to register for Cried and Heal. It is free. It's going to be June 5th and 6th. If you're in the Georgia area or surrounding states and you want to travel down and meet us face to face, all you got to do is go to TamiraLachey.com and you will be able to register for Cried and Heal. But guess what? If you're not able to join us face to face, we have virtual admission. So all you got to do again is go to TamiraLachey.com and register virtually to secure that seat. All right. Y'all continue to be blessed. Make sure you share the broadcast, tag your people. And again, I pray that you got something out of this message today. And make sure you follow me on all social media platforms. Until next time, y'all be blessed.